How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Timberborn. In the last episode we were able to get this zip line up and running that goes from the scrap metal all the way down to the production area. So in this episode we're going to continue building this up, but I also want to get to the point where I have dynamite to make this reservoir, this lake behind the dam, even bigger and more voluminous. Okay, so to do that we're going to need dynamite, and so first and foremost we are going to need a bad water pump. So let's start with that. I have to play the game a little bit first, and we are in the middle of a bad tide currently, which isn't great because I have a minimal amount of water and this water's drained out. I have 1,000 saved up, but you know, this is looking a little low, so we'll have to make sure this works. Make sure I can get through it all. So let's get a bad water pump in. And I was thinking about it before, I definitely want it here. Or do I? Yeah, I think that's probably the best place to get it. So let's go with the highest priority there. We have enough gears, we have enough planks, and we do have enough metal blocks. We only needed 5, so that's perfect. So let's go ahead and get that running. Another thing is I am gonna need a storage for that. So I'll go ahead and get the biggest tank I can. If I get it there, then they can run it over, and I'm gonna need to do the dynamite over in that area. So yeah, that'll probably be fine. So we will make this bad water storage. So now we should be good to build. So what's the other thing I'm gonna need? Well, in landscaping you can build an explosives factory, and it costs, wow, it costs a lot just to unlock the dynamite, a lot of science. But the explosives factory for 400 science, and I can start making explosives, making dynamite, which turns bad water into dynamite. Yeah, and the only problem with having double dynamite or triple dynamite, which just goes down 2 layers or 3 layers versus just 1 layer, is you need a second resource. As you can see, you need the, I believe that's in here somewhere. Yeah, the centrifuge. It turns bad water into usable extract. So that's another thing I'm gonna want to get. Alright, we're getting bad water already. That's awesome. But we're gonna need a load of science to make this work. So let's see if we can get through this bad tide and pump all the bad water, get up to 300 bad water. And it would be really awesome to build the rest of this dam as well. Let that flow out a little bit and just fill up. Looks good. Alright, we don't have a ton of water backing up, but at least this is a little more full now. Should last a couple days. Alright, we got our bad water and the bad water storage, so we are good to go. Okay, now we have enough science for the explosives factory, so I'm going to go ahead and unlock that. And I'm going to want to put it right here, so I'm going to need to delete these paths first. Alright, and then we'll put them back in a little bit, put them in a better spot. Okay, we'll do that. And that way it's all connected into the power system. I need the path, of course. So I guess I'll just do that for now. And I will up the priority on that as well, rather than finish that before the working on the dam. And I am starting to think I want more beavers, because having more builders or more haulers, that would be really awesome. So yeah, I'm thinking I should get this built finally. So yeah, 6 more builders I could have, I mean sorry, 6 more beavers, I could have more haulers, I have plenty of room for that, or I could do a builder's hut as well, and that would allow me to have 4 more builders. And that should just speed things along, building this dam and building everything really. Alright, but I think we're doing okay. We should be able to survive this bad tide. And it looks like we're almost full. We do have a full thing of bad water, and that's full as well. We have 315 bad water. The most we can have currently. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause that. No need for pumping bad water. It is cool that they're able to build from both sides, which is helpful. They're about to not be able to, but they're making good progress. Alright, just a little over 5 days remaining in this bad tide. Think we're gonna do it. Alright, I just noticed that, but we have 2 dynamite. I don't have enough science to unlock the actual like placing of dynamite, but we're getting there. I wonder if I could make another zipline station up here and see if this would help me connect to here and get to blowing up stuff a little bit faster. So go from here all the way to here, I'm guessing. Alright, and let's think about this a little bit too. I'm gonna need storage for the dynamite. So where does the dynamite get stored in? Does it get stored in a large pile? No, it gets stored in a warehouse. Okay, so I can do a warehouse here, I'm guessing would be fine. So that'd be a medium warehouse for dynamite. Because this guy's full of explosives already and we want to just go ahead and get our dynamite in. Alright, so we did get this other house built and yep, got some beavers in there. Just realized I ran out completely. Let that go back. Alright, let's do a quick couple of those. Looks like we don't have much back there, but that's fine. This should get us through. See the water level a little under half, and actually you can see it from here. Yeah, 0.3. And we're all the way connected into here, so we can start building from above and still from the side. Oh, I never built that, did I? I want a triple platform here. Alright, I'm thinking if they do build this first, it might be faster for them to be able to get some planks, although they only need logs, but yeah, I'll turn that back down to normal. And then in the meantime, for paths, we will need a pylon here, and it looks like that would connect. I just think it would block it. So what if I did from like, can they build this? Would that be in the way? That shouldn't be. So I could build from there and then have that go to here. Will that reach? Well, apparently, but I don't think that would reach. So maybe from here, or it would be too slopey. So let me go from here, add a connection to this one, to this one. Oh yeah, that should be plenty of room. And that one to that. That should be a lot of fun. Okay. But in order to reach this one, looks like it's going to be out of reach. That's the only one. Yep. I'm going to need a staircase down here. And we're going to need to path to that. Alright, we've done it. We beat the bad tide here. Cycle 11, day 1. We got another zipline ready to go in place. It's just going to take some time. They're still working on this dam. And once they get that in, I can actually replace all this with levees and a dam up to the top. And we're almost to the point where we can start using our dynamite to blow this up. Alright, let's open up one of these. A couple of those, I guess. We need to recoup a lot of the water. Get those in first. So everything's looking good, yeah. Alright, it's looking like I'm gonna need some sunflower storage. I don't have any of that, I just realized. Let's see if I can fit some small warehouses somewhere. What if I just did a medium one up here and connected it? Let's see about that. And then that should work. And I will put sunflowers in here, sunflower seeds, wherever they're at. Perfect. And since we're looking so good on carrots, I kind of do want to finally take out this strip. So I'm going to delete resources here and put sunflowers in the place. Uh-oh. We have another bad tide approaching. That's not great. Alright, well in 3 days can we get this water back up? So let me put that up a little bit. We're almost at the 600 science to be able to get the dynamite up and running. Or like actually place it, I'm sorry. Plant crops, we need sunflowers here. Okay, this is all the way down. I'm gonna need more power. That's all there is to it. I need more power. Well, since I'm going to get this put in, I could start expanding my power network, or at least my windmill network up here. So I think I want to do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and get a few of them. This is planks and logs, so let me get some of these. How many can I actually put? Maybe we'll just do 3 to start. And I need to connect it in, so I'll do a vertical power shaft here. And then just a power shaft here. And why isn't that working? Maybe that's too high. Okay, so let's delete that then. And we're gonna need, maybe if we do it here? Nope. Alright, well here's the deal. We have 600 science. Let me get to the daytime. Alright, so let me high prioritize all of this stuff. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set a dynamite right there. And that way I will be able to come over here, and actually I don't need that now that I'm thinking about it. I can use just one power shaft here, and then I'll come up here and then connect that. Yeah, that'll be good. So let's prioritize that. And they should be able to reach coming from here. Alright, and we are looking pretty good on this dam. We're almost done with it. Alright, since we're making explosives, I guess we can keep that up. We just have no power. We need the wind to blowing. Oh yeah, and adding in another factory doesn't help. Oh, 17-day bad tide. Alright, let's raise that all the way up. We're back into a long bad tide. We have 3 beavers with nothing to do, so let's get them in here. Now we have 30 beavers, 29 adults. Alright, we're getting even more wind power. We're going to when we connect this in. Alright, as soon as this is built, should get our first dynamite put in. Can't wait for that. We gotta blow something up. Alright, we have our first dynamite in place. Let's go ahead and detonate this thing. Ah, nice. So with that, wrong thing, in the power we can get a vertical power shaft to go up, and one of these and one of these, and then we'll have it all connected up. Lacks power. Of course, that's what we're trying to fix. Alright, let's get some more of these in. I want to get the zip line up before we start using all the dynamite. Be a little more efficient, I think. So let's go ahead and get all the zipline stuff prioritized and in. Hold up. Slow down. We have 4 injured beavers, so I think I'm gonna need more medical beds. I'll do one right here and right here. Just get that in, and we will high prioritize both of these. Alright, we got this zipline station in. Now they're gonna work on these other zip lines, pylons. I didn't even think about this, but they're gonna need the rest of that path up. Alright, so let me think about this. Maybe plan out my dynamite situation while this goes. So I'm gonna need to get down here. So it'd probably be a good idea. That's fine. Then come down there, and then they can walk down here, and then once they get to, do I want to start it here? I guess I can. It's already built up. And then I'll do another path here that'll connect. And then I'm gonna start doing my dynamite. Well, do I want to wait till I get extract? Because that really shouldn't be too much longer. Like, let's see. Well, that costs, okay, I mean, triple dynamite is kind of crazy. Maybe I should just do regular dynamite and work around the situation I have. So we'll start from above. We'll go here, there, and these will need to be in there as well. And if I can, yeah, I can. So I want to do this as well. And it'd probably be easier if I just do one level at a time. So like, let me actually cancel that. So that's kind of what I want to do with my dynamite, is just like get down to a low level. But it'll really be best when this whole dam is put in place. Alright, we've got our second zipline, and it looks like they're already using it. So if they're coming from here, that's the metal, okay. I want to see a beaver use the new zipline. But it looks like they won't until they're bringing Like maybe bringing dynamite over there? So like, let's see, if let me go back to the daytime, and if I high prioritize one of these, it should do it. So like, let's put these two up at a higher priority and see if a beaver uses this zipline. Oh! Where's this guy going? He's traveling up here, but he's not carrying anything. Is he a builder? So he's just gonna knock the... Yep, completely build that. Oh, they're using it, especially for the dynamite. Very cool. Alright, let's detonate these two. Boom, boom. Alright. So now we're gonna need even more dynamite here and here. Let's just start there and one thing at a time, I guess. Why are all my beavers getting injured? I don't know what that's all about. So cool. Are we managing? Are we gonna have enough water? I think I am gonna start pumping water from here. I'd like to not run out of water for my beavers to drink. And we're running out of potatoes again. I might need to get another farm in. Like an actual farmhouse. So if I do that, I can delete this. And then get a path in. So let me high prioritize that deleting. Thank you. And then we will get this path in. And this should be able to farm all of this, and I will prioritize potatoes. And I might as well get all of that with potatoes. As long as they can reach it, might as well. That's the rest of the water. It's got to last us 3 days. 3.5 days, really. Alright, I'm going to stop this. I want the water to stay in. Should be able to last, I think, drinking that much water. It's like 30 times 6, which is 180. Yeah, I mean, we're going to go a little thirsty, but it's not going to be too bad. They can't reach that, huh? So we're going to need to connect that. And I'll go ahead and detonate these. Getting the dynamite in. Just 2 more levees in and we are set on this dam. And look, our power is getting better. This is actually climbing. Last levee is in, so we can start working on these. Alright, so let me go ahead and delete all of this stuff. Prioritize picking this up. Alright, that's going to take a while, so why don't I just go ahead and start doing the levees. And then a dam at the top. And I'm completely out of water. We have 1 day left. Alright, we got these 3 in. Let's go ahead and detonate. I love the chain reaction of that. I should be able to get another layer then. And you can put it right on the paths now. Used to not be able to do that. So let's get that layer down. And since I can reach it, I'll do those 2 as well. Alright, but yeah, these are definitely need to be the highest priority, getting all this stuff put in place. Alright, let's go through the night and we should get water flowing finally again. Alright, we're back in. Let's get these pumping. Let's get this to flow. I don't care if it's some bad water, should be fine. Alright, we're getting it back in. Good. They're pumping fast too. Let's delete these. Let's do the next strip. And we're gonna high prioritize all of this. Boom. Another bad tide. I am getting no breaks with these bad tides. Alright, so it is filling all the way up there somehow. I really need to get this done. Alright, we got this full strip done if I'm not mistaken. And I am not mistaken. So we should be able to blow this up. Let's check it out underwater. Very nice. And we'll probably have to do this, so let's go down another level. And then I will strip this up with dynamite as well. More beavers dying of old age. That's not great, but we did have some births. That is good. Alright, this is gonna be a crazy bad tide, I just know it. Oh, 13 days. Okay, so they went a little bit easier on me, which is very helpful. Oh, and they got that one built. Perfect. So that is even more water, plus I created some more space with dynamite. Alright, where could I store some more logs? Maybe I can do it here. Do like plank and log storage. I'll do 1 plank, 1 log. Alright, we got our super mega dam even bigger. And we're gonna keep strip mining this thing. Strip mining? I don't know, like 1 layer at a time. You get what I'm saying. Alright, since this connects, I can come from the other side as well. So let me go ahead and do that. Yeah, we'll do that. And do I want to get these? I think I do. Just to make it a nice, even rectangle. Oh, that's why we ran out of water. Didn't pause these. I'll leave 1 open though. And we keep having injured beavers, and I'm not exactly sure why. Is this full strip done? It is. Wow, that's nice. Let's do it. Okay. We can go down another one and do the same thing. Now if I were to be able to connect this, should be able to start going across eventually. Just 1 layer at a time, just gotta keep going. Okay, it's in, let's detonate. Let's go ahead and drop this down and do that. I could even get this in. They could reach all of them. By the time we get to the point where I would want triple dynamite, I'm gonna already be done with it. I'm not gonna need it anymore. At least not for a while. Alright, are we in with all the dynamite? We are. Let me go ahead and detonate it. Let's do it at night, see what that looks like. Very cool. Alright, so let's come down 1 more from here, and then I should be good to just come from the right side every time after that. It would be nice also to green up some more area, because there's just not a ton of space here that is actually workable land. Alright, let's go ahead and blow up this next strip. Looks good. Alright, let's delete this. Go ahead and put a dynamite on here. And then I will begin with my destruction of this entire area. We are really increasing the volume of this reservoir. It's getting bigger and bigger every time we blow up a little bit. And this strip we're about to do is going to be huge. Oh, what am I doing? Went a whole day and never dropped this down. I'm crazy. Look at this thing fill up. That is a lot of water. That's so freaking sweet. And we have a drought approaching. This is a perfect time to get all this in. Alright, can I start looking at monuments now? So this would be a farmer monument. It's within 7 tiles and it's only 1,000 science, and this would be huge for my well-being. So let me go ahead and get this in there somewhere. Could I put it right here? This is within everybody's sleeping area. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. If I click on a beaver, a flying beaver, why not? And go down to the awe, farmer monument is a +3, which is pretty good. Okay, well this guy's hungry. That's a bad beaver to look at, honestly. Let me find one who's at like a 10. Let's look at this Hakalai. So if I look at him, next well-being is at a 12, would be movement speed, 10% more movement speed. That's pretty good, and then working speed even faster, you know, life expectancy. So getting that up would be huge, but I'm just not at that point right now. But this farmer monument would be very helpful. Alright, oh my god, a 19-day drought. I have not seen anything this long yet. Make sure this is closed. It is. Still flowing for right now. This is a little bit more terrifying than the rest of the droughts and everything. Alright, let's see if we can survive it. I'm gonna definitely get this strip done. I mean, look at all this extra water I'm able to store because I built a lot higher. And I've also cleared out some of these edges. And I'm about to be able to clear out this whole layer. Create even more space. Is this the last one? Wow, 1 more dynamite. We're almost there. This one's going in. And if I start it from here, we should be good to go all the way through. Oh! I almost just murdered this beaver. They never built it. They didn't finish building it for some reason. Okay. So if I go to here, I just want to make sure everything is built. Everything is built. Let's watch it explode. Okay, here we go. Super fast speed. That was really cool. So now that we're done with that strip, I think this is a good place to end it. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.